Hi, I'm here with Damien at the Naish booth, who's a kite designer and product manager, and we're going to talk about this year's boards.
All right, so I'm going to start with the twin tip line, and since we're in Florida right now, we have the Orbit. It's a very wide board, awesome for like super light wind. Then I'm going to move on to the Hero is our entry level board, super easy, really good quality board. It's probably as good as like a high-end board from most other brands you can find out there, but it's entry-level pricing. For a board we introduced 2 years ago is the Grom. It's, kid-specific, awesome graphics this year with like the little Godzilla on it. Kids love it. We have kids, I have kids, they kite on it. So that's why we have that board, yeah. The Dub is our wake style, freestyle board. Really good. Jesse Richmond loves that board. That's what he uses all the time when he sends his crazy stuff. Then back here, the Lana, that's a women's specific board. Lots of shaping on that board. Lots of work went into it. It's a really good board with a specific flex and sizing for women. And then here Omega, which is our high-end freeride board. It's a full carbon board. It's not a freestyle board. It's really like a awesome freeride board, super light, lots of response. So it's an awesome board for high-end guys. So here we got our Monarch and Motion. Monarch is our high-end board for freestyle, but it's also a very easy board, so it's a really successful model. It's the one that Kevin Langery uses on the King of the Year. That's the one our guys use on the PKRA. So it's really good board, lots of shaping, basalt construction that gives such a good reflex and awesome feel when you ride the board. It feels really light, yeah, it's the best board out there for freestyle for sure, but it's also really easy. That's why the pro love it, because it's so forgiving, so they can send their tricks and easy landing. The other board that we sell a lot of, and the reason is because it's a really good board. It's our Emotion. It's a free ride board. A little longer than the other boards, so it's more forgiving. Lots of shaping in it. You can see the deck's got a lot of shaping. We have the FTC like we have on the other high-end boards. Lots of channels on the bottom. New shape for this year, we've added the channels here, which gives a lot of extra grip, making the board even easier. The rocker is pretty high, making it very forgiving when you land or when you ride in chop. So it's really a board that's like exceptionally easy to use and super fun to ride. And the pros, even though that's not a high-end boards, they love riding it. The Sean Richmond, the Jesse, they take it sometime. They're like, oh yeah, it's awesome, I want it. So cool. It's a good feeling when you do that.
Let's move on to the surfboards.
Yeah, the wave boards. This is our, two key models. Skater here. We introduced it last year. I was already blown away with the easiness of that board when you go strapless. And then this year we reworked it even more. We got a new rocker, a little more rocker. We moved the channels further out, so they kind of act like a quad quad setup, but we still have the tri-fin, and the tri-fin makes it really loose up the top. So you get the really good grip like you would have on the quad with the channels, and you get the top turns of a thruster, which is a lot looser and a lot more snappy. So you get the best of both worlds. We've also pulled in the outline a little more in the back, making the board better for off the top, but still super stable when you go straight in choppy water. So it's a really good board to just have fun without waves. But when the waves are here, it's also super easy. And I mean, the whole concept of the square nose boards is that it's more compact. You can see here the global next to it is a lot shorter. So it's also wider here. So when you jump, it's a lot more stable under your feet. So it's a lot easier to jump strapless on those boards. You can of course ride it with strap, and it makes it super easy. Also, I guess the main thing with those boards is that when you come from a twin tip, it's really easy to transition into those boards, while the more roundy classic shape surfboard are a little more bouncy, so it requires a little more knowledge to kind of use them to the max. But having said that, this is still an awesome board, the Global here. The shape's been redone here this year. We reworked the rocker, the rails in the back been thinned out, so the board is a lot more grippy on top turns, and it's also less bouncy than it used to be. So it's it's really an awesome board. Like Jesse, Robbie, Yalu, that's what they ride all the time. It's an awesome board, and you ride it strapless or with strap. And over here we have the Mutant. That's a new model for this year. It's a directional board. It can be ride strapless or with straps, and it's kind of the version, the directional version of the Orbit. It's a light twin oriented board. You don't really necessarily need waves to ride it. As if you want to be on a wave, on a directional board, wave or no wave, you can ride that when the wind's light. It's just the width gives that extra flotation that makes the board go in like really light wind. Here we have the Alana. That's kind of like the global version for women's. It's a similar shape but different dimensions. Here next to you is the Skater Sport, which is the exact same shape as the Skater and comes in a more price point version. And then here, kind of like the Pro board, the custom board. It's a full-on strapless for vertical waves, deep waves. That's the one Jesse's using the cover of your magazine this month. Deep in the barrel. That's what it's for. Yeah. So if you're really serious about strapless wave riding, that's the one you want to get.
Now, where can they find more information on all the different sizes and all the really technical features on all the boards?
We have an awesome website, so you can go on naishkites.com and everything is there.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.